episode 3428, When You Matter More Than Your Child.
Moms, it's time to rediscover, rejuvenate, and renew who you are in mind, body, and spirit. Welcome to Create Your Now, Your Best Selfie, the show to help you do just that. Here's your host, certified life coach, personal trainer, and nutritionist, Christiane Wargo.
Happy day. Are you ready? Come on, shout it with me. It's Friday. Yay! It's time to raise the roof because it's the weekend and you get to do whatever you want. Yeah, you have my permission, but first things first, confessions of an upset mama. When you matter more than your child. For those of you who are brand new to Create Your Now, welcome to this incredible family. I'm so delighted of your presence. If you already haven't had the opportunity, you'll want to head on over to createyournow.com where you can learn more and sign up for the K.I.S.S newsletter, the Keep It Simple strategy, everyday solutions to live, love, and impact. Well, this episode is brought to you by AIM, inspiring connection and community. Okay, I'm so excited. I'm just excited. Why? Because it is the weekend. And you know what? You get to treat yourself. Treat yourself to whatever you want. Maybe it's a nap. Maybe you need to take a load off. Maybe you need to go shopping and not buy anything, just kind of strolling and not shopping and spending the money is okay. It's called, what is that called? Oh, window shopping. Yes. Back in the day when there were malls, I know we're aging ourselves, but why not do it again? Well, today I want you to think about life a little differently. What are you doing really to yourself when you raise your children? So when you discipline them, how do you feel? Come on, be honest. It's confession day. Most of the time, if you're really honest, you probably don't feel that great because no one wants to make someone feel less than. And not that you're doing that when you discipline them, but you are calling out their errors, their failures, their mistakes. And sometimes, you know what it's like. And you're like, I really don't want to do that to my child. But guess what? Your child needs discipline. And that's important. But I want to flip the coin today. And as a mother, your natural instinct is to put your child's needs above your own. The selflessness ingrained in motherhood often leads to neglecting ourselves, right? It's because, I've got to take care of them first. And then, maybe I'll get to me. However, there comes a moment when you matter more than your child. And there comes a moment when you must recognize that taking care of yourself is not an act of selfishness, but a necessity for effective parenting. Yes, you need a break. Yes, you need to take care of yourself. Why? Because it makes you a better parent. And thinking about our parents, hey, happy Father's Day is around the corner. So, if you're married to your kiddo's father and all of that jazz, even if you're not, you have those kids because of the father, right? It does take two. Let's not go down that road, but it takes two. So be gracious to the father of your children. Tell them how much you appreciate them, how they care for your child, and really lift them up because you know what? Sometimes our fathers get left behind and we can't do that to them, moms. We just cannot. And so it's important for us to lift them up and to inspire our kiddos to see the amazing goodness that comes from dads. All right. So with that little speech done, because I know you're thinking, Christiane, I don't have time for this. You were talking about me and I want to hear more about me. I know, I get it. It's fun and it's Friday. So everything's about you. I want you to think about the journey of your motherhood. When you matter more than your child, right? You comprehend that nurturing yourself is crucial for providing the best care for your little ones. It's about understanding that your self-love directly impacts your ability to love and support your children unconditionally. And see, this is the issue here. Unconditionally. When you begin to set boundaries on your love, you have a problem. And what's going to happen is life happens and you're going to have twists and turns and roundabouts and ups and downs and all arounds. You're going to be tossed and turned. You're going to be living 6 to 12 feet under in a ditch. And your kids are going to come on over and they're going to be like, Mom, I've got something else to tell you. You're like, I cannot take any more. I've got a really good friend. I'm traveling right now. And she was telling us a story about what's happening right now in her life. And as she was telling it, she said, the crazy thing is all of this has happened basically in a week. And she goes, really, this one part I'm going to tell you now happened in the last hour. And this was when she was telling the story. And she goes, I just don't understand. She goes, things are coming at me that I never thought I would have to deal with in my life. And now here I am, and I have to deal with this. I have kids. They're all grown, but now she has grandkids and great-grandkids. And there's just a lot of stuff that she's dealing with. And you know what? That's for all of us, right? We've got a lot of junk in our closets. We've got a lot of junk in our day. We've got a lot of junk in our heart. And the problem is that if we just keep worrying about the junk, we forget about the goodness. We forget about seeing the fruit of what we have. Our offspring, Mom. Our offspring, Dad. Yes, that means your children. And as much as they drive you absolutely crazy, I know you love them. And in order to love them, you have to take care of yourself. Eleanor Brown said this: self-care is not selfish. You cannot serve from an empty vessel. Dan Miller, a good friend of mine, he passed away earlier this year. And one of the things that he gives everybody who is part of his mastermind, a group that we attend, and it's really a group where we do life together. It's not just about, one person as a whole. It's about all of us. And we come together and we'll pray for each other, and we're there in business and personal lives and struggles and all the ups and downs. And one thing he gives all of us is this beautiful silver cup. And the silver cup is to represent that we cannot serve from an empty cup. We can only serve from a full cup. And that's what I'm doing right now. Like, I'm traveling right now. I'm sitting here in the hotel talking to you, which is so much fun. And it's one of those things where this is my time. This is my me time. Now, I've got 20,000 other things I need to be doing, but I carve this week out to pay attention to what God has in store for me and to pay attention to what I need to be doing both personally and professionally. And there's a lot of introspection, a lot of heavy reflection. And so I want to challenge you today, as I'm challenging myself this week into the weekend. What does your reflection say about you? Come on, Mom, be honest with yourself. If you're one of those moms who just is like done and you need a timeout every 5 minutes, you need to be thinking about what you need to do about yourself, because you're not taking care of yourself. If you look at yourself in the mirror and you're saying, gosh, I'm so tired, I'm exhausted, I have nothing to wear in my closet, I want to just curl up in bed and never get out of bed, my friend, that's a red flag. And a lot of times we just keep going through the motions, but we don't see what's right in front of us. What does your reflection say about you? Are you tired? Maybe you're not. Maybe you're so on fire about something. You have so much energy flowing through you. There's butterflies all around. You've got the cardinals singing songs, and you are just on top of the world. Fantabulous. Celebrate that. Don't lose that. But there's still change that happens every day. So what does your reflection say about you? Look at you right now in this enthusiastic self that you are in, the moment, and capture it. So when you are 8 to 12 feet under, stuck in a ditch, and the kids are absolutely driving you crazy, and you're like, I need to get out of here, and there's no way up, I might as well keep digging down. Then what you can do is go back to moments like this, the moments of celebration. You see, it's not just about being down in the dumps where we have to see where we need to change or what we need to do better or how we can continue to do what we know that we do best at. You've got to reflect all the time. And so what does your reflection say about you? I want you to pay attention to that, who you are and who you are becoming. So what does it look like in the real world? Yes, because, application, it's all about application. It's hard. We talk about this, but then it's like, well, how do I put it into action? Number 1, prioritize me time. Carve out moments in your day for self-care activities that truly rejuvenate your spirit, the passion within you. It could be reading a book or going for a walk, practicing yoga. Maybe it's going to the beach if you live close enough to one, or simply enjoying a quiet cup of tea. For me, give me some water and I'm great. Allocate that time for yourself, because that's when it allows you to recharge and regroup. And then you get to say, woohoo, look at me, here I am for you. You see, it's not about looking at me. It's here I am, look at me because I feel great, so now I can take care of you. Doesn't matter the age of your kiddos. They could be 2 days old, or they could be 20 years old, or 82 years old. You need to show up as your best selfie. And in order to do that, you've got to prioritize some me time. Now, that doesn't mean you have to go on a trip like me, and you don't have to join a mastermind and have all this stuff going on, even though I've had requests to go ahead and open up some of that, and that's coming your way. More to come on that later. But when it comes to prioritizing me time, it may mean that you just take maybe 10, 12 minutes and you take a hot bubble bath before you go to bed. You're like, I don't have any bubbles. Well, if you have young kids, you probably have some shampoo or stuff. Use their stuff. Put it in there because it's good for your skin too. If you can wash it on their head and their body, it's going to work for you, right? I mean, I know as we get older, we use all this other kind of stuff and it doesn't suds the same way, but with the little kid stuff, it does. It works great. You don't have to break the bank to prioritize me time. You don't have to go and get a mani-pedi. You don't have to go and get your hair and your roots done. Now, if you want to do that, go do that. But maybe it's truly just getting up 5 minutes early and standing out on your lanai, on your porch, on your balcony, and just watching the sky get brighter and brighter and brighter. Prioritize me time. Number 2, seek personal growth. You've got to engage in activities that stimulate your mind